What's up everybody, this is Todd. Today I'm going to record a tutorial on how to beat the Mountain Giant strategy that we've been seeing a lot from Night Elves, which this build is basically what Hawk used against Lowlight in WGL, maybe with my own version of it slightly, or like what I understood of it. In this game I'm against Cash, who's a pretty good off-race as Night Elf. So I'm going to try to highlight the important points and things that you need to do. I'm not going to be taking notes. I want you guys to take your own notes. It's to be honest, it's like a lot of general guidelines. I don't think this build order or like this style is so much about, like, there's some important things, but it's not like a very detailed build order, I find. You can definitely do it with like your own touch and like take whenever you feel like you can in the game, because it's going to change all the time as well. Thank you very much, Fat My Little Boy, for the 2. Where's the donation tracker? Thanks for the tutorial. Night F is ridiculous. Thank you, mate. The tracker isn't it on the... Hey, it's here at the top, mate. Daily tip goal. See, 3 out of 30. It's still there. Alright, so basically with this build, you're gonna wanna open Rifle Caster. I'm gonna accelerate a little bit here. I just wanted to intro properly and explain a few things. So you're gonna wanna open Rifle Caster, but the thing is, you're gonna stay on one base. This is very important. Don't expand with this build. You're gonna wanna stay on one base, save a bunch of gold, and then go into Knights, Paladin, Mortar, and Priests with Master. So, I just do my normal creeping with Archmage in the start. Obviously, it's going for Keeper, like everybody does. And I personally, like, I used to go a lot for double farm tech and then Rifle Caster, but nowadays it's kind of fell out of fashion because you can do just pure... If you do pure Rifle Caster against this build, I feel like you're gonna lose almost every time. So I do 3 farms and then I tech. And I try to creep as much as I can. Here I go on this side, I end up meeting him. And it's basically gonna be a silly fight against Treants. Percent angle. If you don't feel confident in that fight, in your denies and all that, you can definitely pull back and simply not fight. Like, I definitely, like, you can see, you can't achieve much. I didn't kill any archer, he killed 2 footmen. But no, he's he has to go back, and my goal is going to be to get level 3. But yeah, again, he comes back. I mean, he's a pretty good player, obviously. Do what I can to get level 3. And so on tier 2, you're going to want to get Alchemist, like I said, with Acid Bomb first, and then you'll go for Healing Spray as secondary spell, but you'll always go for Acid Bomb max. It's pretty crazy actually. Water Elemental level 2 gets blown to pieces here. And they give a lot of XP, these guys. So he ends up getting level 3 from this. And he lands another Key Entangle. I feel like I should have just pulled back a long time ago, maybe even gone away, because now he kills the rifle. Like, this is even a pretty bad min game, which sometimes you do this build and you're gonna have a pretty bad mid game. Sometimes you're gonna have a great min game and you're gonna be confident heading into the late game. But in this game, my mid game was definitely quite bad. So now I'm trying to catch his archers because he made so many of them. You're gonna wanna spam Acid Bomb in the middle. I end up having Militia here, which is helpful. In the meantime, obviously I'm going for my Arcane Sanctum. I would say one important thing is to have enough peasants on wood. And in this game you see, like, I had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I would say at least have 8 or 9. I think 9 is a good number, maybe even 10. It's better to have too many than too few, because if you have too few, you're not gonna have any wood and you're gonna have too much gold. But yeah, now I played a lot around with Militia. This is not the stage where having a lot of wood is very important. The goal is basically to go for Rifle Caster and creep a lot. And when you're closing in on 50 supply, you need to get a lumber mill and tech to tier 3. And then you're gonna wanna go into all the things that I mentioned. You know, Staff of Preservation, not Preservation, of Sanctuary, Paladin, Master Training, and like, to have enough wood for that, I actually think you need to get the upgrade from the lumber mill, which I believe I will get later. So now I'm in the phase where I'm trying to creep, but I don't want to get wrecked. I don't want to creep in front of him and lose everything. And he's being really annoying with that angle. And again, he's doing a very good job of preventing me from creeping. Like, this is almost ideal for the Night Elf. So it's a good example of what might happen in some of your games. I even throw away my hero here like an idiot. Like some Night Elves, they just go away, they creep themselves, and then they let me creep as much as I want. This is pretty good for you if you can have that. You don't want to break 50 supply for a very long time when you go for this build. So now you see, I'm getting very close to 50. Is usually when you're gonna wanna drop that lumber mill. Or sometimes you can even wait until you're on 50, and then you'll make that lumber mill, and then you take to tier 3. You see, my wood is kind of bad, but this is gonna fix it. That one thing, the lumber mill, because then you can transfer all peasants there. So now is an interesting time because a fight can be dangerous, very dangerous for either of us. But here's the thing. I got a freaking machine gun of an archmage. Look at this shit. Attacks super fast and for more damage. He doesn't really have many items. I guess he has the lightning shield, and now he just got orb and he has staff of preservation, so it's... His army definitely can be scary, and he's pulling wisps. So you're gonna wanna be careful. Don't clump up your water elemental against this. Spam this on the wisp. This is great because then he has to use healing spray on them. And that's a lot of mana use. I have brilliance, he doesn't. He ends up targeting here a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. I got priests. And again, acid bomb on the wisp. What is he supposed to do? Use acid bomb? They keep going lower and lower on HP. And in the meantime, I finally got the wood for it. I'm staying on 50 again. I think you can make priest adept training after 2 priests, usually, or maybe 3. I think that's the good timing. And you're gonna wanna get this composition, kind of. So where you have like, you don't wanna have many footmen left over. So this is the stage where, like, if I had been creeping and Night Elf left me alone, I would let my footmen die to creep. And that's when people on the stream ask, like, why don't you micro your footmen back? That's because they fucking suck at this stage. I want them to die. They don't have any purpose in the game anymore. You also don't want to make that many footmen. You stop after, like, 4, maybe 5 max. Because otherwise, if you have 8 footmen, you spent all this gold into something that's just not going to do anything in this case. So I start my workshop. You're gonna want to get a shop sometime soon as well, because upon reaching tier 2, Staff of Sanctuary is just so good. It's really one of the best things. I kill the wisp before it gets there. Just micro as well as you can in this kind of fight. And then now, he wanted to target, so I went for the Keeper. These giants just are not really feeding anything, so I kind of go for the backline. And now, he does a good move. My Archmage was kind of in the middle of his army. Just targets it like this. I lost a couple units there, suicided my footmen instead of giving me XP. You're gonna wanna stay like this, always on 49 supply. And these rifles are the only rifles you should ever make. When you go past 50, you're gonna wanna make knights. So sometimes it's gonna feel like it takes a very long time to get your tier 3, but it's just necessary. We saw Infi in WGL trying to play this without knights, just rifles, and that just didn't work for him against Foggy. He couldn't do anything. It's so much better with mass rifles. One of the best things about this map, which by the way I've learned by watching other streams, I think it was Hog that did it, is that you can do, when you go rifle caster, you can do this very... Look, I'm at 50 supply, I'm gonna do this camp so freaking easily now. And you can pull it with one rifle. Don't do it with one water elemental or hero. One rifle is the best. Because they have the most range and then it's gonna follow you and they're not even gonna stormbolt it. That's the great thing about it. So now I get this one super easy. Get a claws plus 12, which, I mean, I don't really care about. Creep this camp. And I'm already like almost 5 and 4. I got full vision here. I fully know he hasn't done this yet, but he's done this and this, and he's probably going to expand in the meantime. He's kind of chasing me around. And I think a good number for you to wait before you break upkeep is 1200. If you can get 1200 gold and then you start spending on knights and all that, it's good for you. So usually you stay on 50, you get the fragmentation shard upgrade, you get animal war training, and you get priest master. And then when you have 1200, you break upkeep. And here I might even... Do I sell something? I don't really need to sell anything. Oh, I sold all of this, I guess. Like, not that important. Kind of comes in, doesn't do anything. So now I'm gonna break upkeep. Right now. Paladin. And immediately you see, like, you spend all your gold. Mortar, Knight, Paladin, and I'm probably gonna get some more Priest. I feel like up to 4 Priest here might be really good. More than that is not really necessary. I would say 5 maximum. But definitely don't go 6, 7. I don't feel like it does a lot for you. So that's why creeping is very important, because creeping gives you a lot of gold. It gives you items that you can sell as well. And with this strat, the items are not that important. You can definitely sell a lot of them. So now I see he wants to do this. I can't let that happen, so I go there. This is a timing right now where you don't necessarily want to fight. You want to wait, but I can't let him do that. So I will go there and I will challenge. Because like also you see my paladin's not even there. And this is when I'm getting my strong units. If you can reach 80 supply here, and you're even on supply and with even heroes, I actually think that you might be slightly advantaged. It's obviously, it comes down to how well Night Elf will use Wisps also. But here's the thing about Wisp. You can also micro against them. I feel like a lot of humans, they're not used to it, so they did it very bad. But the rifles, they attack from very far. If the Wisp starts them coming in, you can just target them with the rifles. So now every time I make an elemental, he removes that instantly. I staff one priest away. Like I said, this was not a very good timing for me to fight. I feel like I should have dropped the Sentry Ward here, made sure he wasn't starting that, and waited a little bit more. So I made a lot of mistakes this game, and then you're gonna see I'm still fairly comfortable in these fights. Healing spray. So you wanna have full mana at the start of this fight so that you can use acid bomb in as big clumps of. It's always kind of hard to decide what to use acid bomb. But let's say if I had acid bomb now, where would you use it? Here, here, on the keeper? No, you'd use it like maybe on this giant, because then when it lands, it catches all of these. You want to use acid bomb on as many units as possible, and that's very important. We can keep an eye on what I use my acid bomb on. The dryads in the back, they're always gonna die so fast. Now I had a lot of units on low HP. And he used a lot of mana from his heroes. You see the keeper is And he's also kind of low HP, so he's going to have to spam all that mana. Here's the thing. When you have a lot of low HP units, it's so valuable to just TP out, use a regeneration scroll, and then go again. So that's what I'm going to do here. And I think, by the way, with this build, you're going to want to get Aura level 3, because then in case he uses Wisps, your Aura just applies so much pressure on him. And Paladin just has so many more heal, Alchemist as well. Like, the mana is so important. Water Elemental doesn't do much. He can even get enough Dryads and Wisps to remove these. So I actually think Aura 3 is the way to go. So now I go for this. And he had to pull back because of the reason I mentioned. So now I end up doing this camp, which is huge. I'm already almost on 80 supply. I got 1-0 rifle. And I think I don't upgrade Knights. I think getting +1 attack Knights might be good. I don't think Armor helps a lot. So I get like not so good item, Cloak of Flames. But now if you look at my composition, it's starting to look like something already. 3 Mortars, aka Dryads, are going to melt instantly. I got 3 Priests with Master, so the mana is going to go up very fast. I got Brilliance level 3 right there. And now is the really hard time for him to fight. I got 80 and he got 74. I got more supply than him. Just because his Expo only now kicked in, so his Expo almost plays against him here in this case. Because I'm pressuring it and he has to fight, he has no choice. So now I just sit here. I see the Wisps coming in, like I said. You can actually micro pretty well against these. Dispel, Staff. He used Acid Bomb, Entangle, and he put all of his units on a Knight that he didn't even get. That's why Staff of Sanctuary is so great. I killed all of the Wisps that were coming in, and now he's gonna have to send more. Keep in mind that this is a very big commitment of a fight for me, because I don't have TP here, so it's not like I can TP out. Now I end up targeting this with just the Mortars, because these Dryads were far in the back anyway. Kill it. I guess the Cloak of Flames actually came in handy. And like this fight, it just doesn't feel close at all. I'm gonna do slow-mo. Like the Wisps come in, but it's just so late now. Even if he had pulled them earlier, I still think, I could have split. Remember, I have Aura level 3. Just make sure your Paladin doesn't get caught in this, because the Paladin's heals are actually invaluable. He gives so much HP back to everything. So he's doing more detonate, but look, I still have mana, I still have mana. Actually, I should be summoning Water Elementals here, I think. Since he didn't have Dryads, but I was busy trying to save everything else. Pull back the red units, staff what you can. You wanna see my supply? That's right, I lost almost nothing. And then, even though my priests don't have mana right now, they regenerate so fast. Look, again, they got mana from the Brilliance. So then you can just... When you have a lot of priests with Master and they have a lot of mana against Keeper, you can just remove the Trance and Entangle so consistently, and your priests, they never run out of mana, they just do a lot of healing. So, yeah, that's one of the ways that I think, almost like the only thing that works, to be honest, against Mountain Giants is like this exact build, which the important parts are creep a lot, tech around when you're on 50 supply, make sure you have enough food. I didn't show it, but I think when after I start tier 3, you want to get the lumber mill upgrade, the one that costs 100 gold to get more lumber. And save a lot of gold, go as close as you can to 80 supply, and then just take these fights, micro well, and you might be able to do very well. Again, Cash, I think his Night Elf is pretty legit, and that was a very one-sided one here.